What's going on, YouTube? JT is Reborn here, and welcome back to another edition of my DC comic reviews. And in this video, we're going to talk about DC K.O, Harley Quinn versus Zatanna as part of the DC K.O All Fight Month Tournament, Round 5, whatever you want to call this thing. But this is Harley versus Zatanna, and you have like one of the most powerful magic users in the DC universe, and Harley Quinn, who swings the bat around. And I was thinking, are they really going to let Harley win due to some popularity? Although I feel like Harley's popularity has kind of waned a bit in the past several years. Like, it kind of peaked years ago, like when that Suicide Squad movie came out, the first one, and Harley was just kind of injected and everything. But over the years, people kind of just slowly been like, yeah, we're going to just kind of move a little bit away from Harley in some ways. Now, she still has her TV show, which did that get renewed for another season? I don't know, but I feel like Harley's popularity is not kind of what it was a few years ago, and people maybe just kind of got sick of the character, and that's kind of me in some ways. I'm like, I kind of miss like old school Harley when Paul Dini used to write her. Like, she shouldn't be a member of the Justice League, in my opinion. Like, Suicide Squad, okay, like, she's a villain, you can utilize her and manipulate her in that regards and make her as kind of a fun wild card in some ways, but she shouldn't be going toe-to-toe against Zatanna. Zatanna should like wipe the floor with her, and for a minute, it just made it seem like, are they really going to go with it? But so I guess you had me in suspense there, thinking, oh, they're not going to do the dumb decision right there. But alas, here we go. First round, Zatanna versus Harley. Artwork here is pretty solid. This one is, no, we'll see who it's written by, but they get into a bit of a fight, and Zatanna can't really use her magic right away, and she just kind of goes down really pathetically in the first round. She doesn't even really put up much of a fight, and I was just like, oh god, they're making her job this badly. Leah Williams was the writer, and Mirka and Dolfo was on the arts, but Zatanna gets hit like right in the throat, and she just kind of just falls down and just looked really weak and pathetic. Like, this is Zatanna. I mean, you've worked with Batman, that you'd think you'd have some sort of like hand-to-hand combat skills, but she pretty much just let herself lose right away, and it felt like Harley was the one really in control of this whole thing. They do get into their scuffle. Like, Zatanna's like, I can actually fight hand-to-hand combat, and Harley kind of plays on that, but Zatanna ultimately kind of takes her down in round 2, and then we get to round 3 where Harley's able to utilize some magical stuff as well, and they get their back and forth fight, but Zatanna kind of becomes a little bit more encompassed with the Omega energy, which brings out a bit of a darker side in her, which she ultimately utilizes to kind of kill Harley, and she kind of has a breakdown by the end of it, like, I'd never killed somebody before, but, you know, it's part of a death tournament. They're going to be fine off to the sides. It's not the same thing, but Zatanna does win, and she has a breakdown after what happened with Harley, but she's just like, why did it have to do this? Why did it have to be this way within this tournament? So now she's ready, like who's next? Let's see me fight and all that too. So at least that was decent. And then the Watchtower interlude, it's Grodd just picking up Booster Gold, who's infused by Darkseid, and just whacking, swinging him around and beating his head in. And then they get to the psychic battle, where it just seems that Grodd kind of has the advantage right now. Like, he's going toe-to-toe with Gold and as Darkseid and all that. So that's kind of cool, I suppose. But overall consensus, like I said, the first round really kind of frustrated me. Things got a little better in the second and the third, because I'm like, there's no way Harley Quinn should be able to beat Zatanna. I mean, come on now. Like, just give me a break. Unless, you know, I guess in this scenario, they try and find ways to make it work. But for a minute there, I thought they were just going to have Harley win just because she's Harley and popular. But I'm like, no. You can't do that to Zatanna. That would just be really frustrating. So, but yeah, Zatanna won. So kudos to this. They had me in there for her a little bit, like, oh god, are they going to make her lose and look this pathetic? But then she kind of came back and ultimately won. So I guess it held me in suspense there. So there's a plus in that regards. But, you know, artwork was pretty good. That was probably my favorite aspect of the issue. And Harley lost, so that's a plus in my book. But yeah, that's all I really have to say. It's you know, okay overall. It's just a bit of a fight back and forth between the heroes and villains, or I guess Harley's kind of a hero now. I don't know. Harley on the Justice League just never, or in the Bat family, just never fully worked for me per se, but I guess it does for some people. So, and plus, like I said, DC has pushed her so much, and to the point where you kind of get sick of seeing her in a lot of ways. But hey, that's what they're gonna do, I suppose. But anyways, what did you think of the issue? Post your comments down below. Be sure to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel for more content, hit the bell for notifications, all that fun stuff, and I'll be back in the next video. Peace out.